living in that space of ananda, or just contentment with whatever is. And I've been meditating for the last month every morning, so it's just a lot, it feels a lot deeper, a lot thicker. Kind of like when I've just come off retreat, and I haven't been on retreat in a year.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going into retreat next week, so I'm kind of curious about, I've never gone in this deep before, going on to retreat.
Good.
So, so that's the priority. My question is about the secondary things in life, like, go to the doctor and they may say to heal your body, eat well, do this, that. So you go out and buy healthy food or do whatever they recommend. So I'm trying to liken that to some of these things in metaphysics, like this movie. Did you see The Secret?
Yes, I was given it.
You were given it.
Yeah.
So I spent like 10 years in metaphysical churches, and when I started moving out of it, I kind of rejected the whole thing.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And now I'm wondering if I threw the baby out with the bathwater, because I saw that movie, and that kind of.
I see. Yeah.
But I know the people in the movie. I know one guy really well in the movie, and it seems to me that their priority is not necessarily self-realization.
Well, of course not.
And some of those churches,
Usually
that was the priority, so they're missing the big picture.
Yeah.
So what about if you know what the most important thing is? Can you play around with that? Or I kind of feel like it's dangerous territory.
It is dangerous, but you can do anything you want. There aren't any rules out there.
I know, I can't.
Okay, so
I want to know what you think about it.
Oh,
You're my
good
teacher.
Lord, who cares what I think? I'm just
do.
one bloke in the whole universe. I'm not going to live your life. You're going to live your life.
Okay, well, here's my sense is, I'll tell you then, and you can maybe give me feedback on how I'm doing here.
That's going for the second strike, isn't it? Look, the whole thing of metaphysical thing, the whole thing of manifest what you want or whatever, it's fine. It's the difference between manifest it or go out and make money and get it. They're both ways of manifesting what you want, right? One way is the way that's very common, which we're used to. You work hard, make money, go out and buy what you think will make you happy, even though it never will. The other way is to go out, is to learn how to manifest, get really good at it, manifest what you want, which you can do if you get good at it, and find out anyway that no matter what you manifest, that's not going to make you happy. You see, so it's an efficient way, often, not always, but of buying into the same illusion, right?
Yeah.
I can buy my idea that more is going to make me happy, or I can pretend to be really spiritual because I can manifest it, but buying into the exact same game. I'll manifest a bigger house, a bigger this, a better that, and then I'll be happy. You won't.
So is there any baby in the bathwater?
Well, sure, maybe.
What would that be?
Sure. How can I say? I don't know.
Well, like you said before,
It helps you get good parking places. I'm serious. That's what I use it for. That's literally about all I don't know why it has to do with parking places, but I don't like parking in the back.
I always used. Start with parking.
So any people that drive with me, they just know. And notoriously, I'm always going, just go to the front, because as we're pulling up to the parking lot, I just go, thank you God for giving me a great parking place right up front. And if you believe it, which is the key, then you get one. About 99 out of 100 times. Doesn't matter how full it is or how many people, you get a parking place right up front. You can manifest it. So it has like a practical value. Do I think it has anything to do with happiness, well-being, enlightenment, or anything else? Absolutely not. Every once in a while, whatever my manifesting kind of goes tweaky, or, I don't know, the divine goes, we're tired of listening to you, and I have to park in the back or whatever. Who cares? It doesn't. So, yes, you can throw it out because it's a skill. Mm-hmm. It has a practical value. You can sometimes move through life a little more simply, a little cleaner. But the trick is no matter whether you use it or not, when you realize what's really going on, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You might use it, you might not. It's like, who cares if you manifest or pay with cold hard cash? It doesn't matter. See?
Well, it seems.
But if you just go, nah, you know, it's just completely useless. Yeah, you know, that's like thinking in order to be enlightened I have to throw all my money out the door. Or if, in order to be enlightened I have to pretend like, you know, manifesting anything is completely some rotten path to go down that I'll just get lost in. You can get lost in it. But if you see it as something of just practical value and don't hook happiness, peace, well-being, or any of the like to it, fine. Why not? Does it make sense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's totally what I'm already thinking. I didn't want to reject it again, the whole thing, and
Fine. There you go.
not give it a chance. Or I think the biggest value that it would have.
Just don't get suckered in.
Well, and I think my negativity in some areas, there's some obvious blocks, and I think I'm suckering myself into those. So one of the values of this is more like opening up.
Yeah.
And what's happening anyway, the deeper I go,
There you go.
it's things are more in alignment anyway. I'm getting more calls, more clients, just so I don't know which it's happening from.
That's, to me, that's like manifesting with no manifester. Mm-hmm. That's much more fun. Literally, there is something that when it's much easier because you don't even have to manifest consciously, is when you really start to come into total harmony with the flow of your own life and existence. Then it's not that you just come into harmony and it stays exactly as it was. Somehow, for some reason, that when your consciousness comes into union with the life force of your life and your existence, and it's one, and you're not trying to get ahead of it or behind it or above it or below it, and they're just one, and it releases even more energy into your life stream.
Right.
And things just, as you mentioned, things just happen, doors open, which I personally find much more interesting to see what the universe is going to manifest for me than to see what I'm going to manifest for me. In general, I still have a little thing about getting good parking places.
That's the last thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just reinforcing what's true.
Good.
For
And
me
you just
already.
got to find out your own way with it.
Yeah.
You see, when you start to realize, hey, just let go of all the authorities and what this spiritual guy says and that spiritual woman and that guru and that guress, and just let them help hone you into the essentials, right? The true nature of reality, what you really are, what real peace and freedom is really all about. Hone in on that stuff. The rest, let yourself find out for yourself. Because all the enlightened beings throughout time, outside of that one thing, of the direct realization of ultimate reality and coming into fullness of the full realization of that, they all respond different, right? Don't they? Some sit back like Raman and just go, oh, it's all the will of the self, and what comes, comes, and what goes, goes, and I'm just going to sit on my couch and what the hell, it doesn't matter because it's all going to happen anyway. That's a perfectly fine way. Somebody else, you know, some other guru is going to like, oh, you know, we can make this happen or that happen, and it's all sort of magical, and it's only a mind that sits back and goes, well, that one's right, and that one's wrong, and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, God, in spirituality, just like everywhere else, there is so much finger pointing, so much who's right, who's wrong, who's this, who's that. You know, let us just realize this is about waking up, it's about oneness, it's about realizing the unity of existence in ourselves and each other. And then the rest is you realize you're a free being. You follow your own karmic way with all the rest, with the way you move through life. That's when the people like me, we can't tell anybody how to do that. We just tend to get in the way when we start to pretend like we know how everyone should move. You know?
That's beautiful. Thank you.
It's just the oneness thing. And then you're on your own.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any more time? Maybe we have a few minutes if you're not totally done with me.